Sometimes this bike fails to even provide 25 km to a liter of mileage because this bike revs too high, guys. Sooner or later, you will find yourself redlining the bike. 4.25 lakhs on road for 300cc offering? Well, I don't think that would go well with Indian customers.
अरे ये सेट क्यों नहीं हो रहा है?
यार दिखा तूने क्या किया? कौन है? ये किसका वीडियो उठा लिया भाई तूने? चलो ठीक है, कोई नहीं, इग्नोर। हाँ चलो ठीक है, मैं दिखा देता हूँ तुझे।
ये सेट क्यों नहीं हो रहा था?
ओके चलो शूट कंटिन्यू करते हैं। हेलो गाइस, गुड मॉर्निंग एंड वेलकम बैक टू माय यूट्यूब चैनल। दिस इज प्रोचुर मैनेजर, यू आर वाचिंग ऑटोमेनिया। Guys, the bike I'm going to review today, well, this bike is not the latest offering. This bike was launched some 5 to 6 years back by a legendary brand called Yamaha, which we all know. Presenting 2019 Yamaha R3. Guys, this is the bike that sets the racetracks on fire with its parallel twin engine. So let's start with the cinematics first. What we have with us is the 2019 edition of Yamaha YZF R3. This is a solid proof that the true blue Yamaha DNA is still alive, which means it's racier than ever. It looks banking good, guys. It looks fast even when it's standing still. The reverse slanted dual headlamps looks inspired from its elder siblings. There is an air intake in between the headlamps and a pilot lamps on the top, which is just an icing on the cake. The layered fairings is aerodynamic and looks gorgeous, guys. Coming to the tank, it looks muscular and looks beefier than ever. The instrument cluster looks amazing with the modern touch. Tail section is pointy. The tail lamps are fully LED offerings, but it is not as high as the likes of the Yamaha R15. With a ride height of around 780 mm, it's fairly comfortable for shorter riders. So R3 is a well-balanced motorcycle and the design looks good, it looks sporty. Unlike the R15, which uses a twin beam delta box frame, the R3 uses a tabular perimeter frame. The swing arm is pristine unit. This is just perfect, guys. It's perfect for longer rides, for day-to-day commuting and for occasional Sunday rides. The Yamaha YZF R3 is Yamaha's response to the likes of Kawasaki Ninja 300 and the KTM RC390 in India. However, this is joined by the likes of Ninja 400, which made its global debut and Indian debut very recently, and the Honda CB 250RR and the CB R300R are giving a tough competition and fight to the likes of R3 in the global market. There aren't any mechanical changes to this exact bike, which is a 2019 variant, which comes with BS4 emission norms. But however, the new color schemes, which is blue and black, and the addition of dual channel ABS has made this bike of a better value. It doesn't offer any upside down forks, which is a big miss in this segment of bikes, or the full digital instrument cluster like the R15 V3 offers. Talking about the engine, this is a liquid cooled 4-stroke 4-valve 321cc parallel twin engine which produces a power of around 42 PS at 10,750 RPM, while the max torque is around 29.6 Nm at 9,000 RPM. With a fuel capacity of around 14 liters and the mileage of around 25 to 30 kilometers to a liter, this does provide a decent tank range. But as I heard from the rider and the owner of this motorcycle, sometimes this bike fails to even provide 25 85 km to a liter of mileage, because this bike revs too high, guys. Sooner or later you will find yourself redlining the bike at 13,000 rpm. When this bike was launched, it initially came with this sticky Metzeler's, guys, which is awesome. The front tires is 110 section and the rear one is 140 section. While talking about the brakes, the front brakes is around 298 mm and the rear brakes are 220 mm, and it is supported by dual channel ABS, which is a must in this segment of bikes. With a curb weight of around 173 kgs, this bike is pretty light, guys, and that is very much understood. The weight handles the weight corners, and if you are one of them staying in either Delhi or Chennai or in Coimbatore, the cities which have racetracks, guys, and if you like hitting the racetrack quite often, it's a no-brainer. R3 is a bike for you. Ride review? Oh yes, so let's get started with that segment. Well, the first thing you would notice is the way you are sitting. It's so comfortable. Well, in the corners also, that did feel light. It is so flickable, guys. It's very well understandable why this bike is such a successful machine around the world in the 300cc category of racing. Okay, so there is no slipper clutch. That's what I understood by riding. That's a big miss out. Let's push a bit. Woohoo! That's fun. That's funny little bike. That was so much fun, guys. Revving up till 13,000 rpm. That's insane. This bike is powerful. This is mad, guys. This is mad bike. In no time I was in the 150s, around late 140s and 150s. Suspension a bit on the softer side, so that could have been better. I'll see the brakes. Well, it's good enough, but it lacks the initial bite. Yes, guys, it is lacking that bite. By the way, you can go for an aftermarket brake pads like EBC and all. That would help you increase the braking performance of this bike. But why would you go for an aftermarket brake pads if you're paying 4.25 lakhs for a bike? Yamaha should have solved this issue right from the showroom itself. So Yamaha, a bit disappointed on that segment. On that, the lightweight, the nimbleness, the handling is just perfect. What do I say more about the handling? I know the suspension is a bit soft, just a bit light tuning on that segment, and this bike is ready for the racetracks. The instrument console is very clean. The digital part, you can read the reading very cleanly. The numbers are clear. There is the gear position indicator, the speedometer, the analog tachometer, the fuel gauge, the engine heat temperature, the mileage. So this is also showing the mileage, real-time mileage indicator. Yes, the rear brakes are a bit soft, guys. It's cushiony. I don't know if there is a problem with the brakes for this bike or it is like this from stock, but I feel it does lack the bite. What I like about this bike is the way you are sitting.
The display is very clean. The handlebar is a clip-on, but it's not too aggressive at all. By no means it's aggressive. It's very comfortable. The seats are soft. But talking about the pillion seat, I don't think that would be too much comfortable place to be in. Well, there is no vibrations at all, guys. There's no vibes. The engine feels brilliant. It's butter smooth. There is no vibration even in the foot pegs. Forget about vibration in the handles and from the seat. It's so smooth. The parallel twin motor is absolute gem. I just hope that Yamaha brings the next gen R3. As per the news, it will be inspired from the new R6, and the looks will be inspired actually from that. And I don't know if they will be bringing that to the Indian market, and if they do, at what price point should they launch that bike? What do you think, guys? Let me know in the comment section down below. According to me, if they price the bike as 4.25 lakhs on road once again, it's a bit tough for Yamaha to be successful. Anything below 4 lakhs, I'm sure that will be a ticket for getting the crown for this segment. Because guys, the RC390, the Duke 390, they provide great maneuver money in the same power. The power is almost the same, but this is a twin cylinder motorcycle, which is the advantage of Yamaha. Well, I'm in second gear. Let's see if I get any knocking. None whatsoever. Third gear in 20, 30, fourth gear 40, fifth, sixth gear 40 kmph. Let me reduce the speed to 30 and see if it pulls from that speed. 35. Just little bit of jerk, but it pulls. From 40 it pulls effortlessly. That means the power is delivering from around 2750 rpm. The torque is very nice, and it is well spread over the rev range. That is what is important. So guys, that's it for the ride review today. Let me know in the comment section down below, how did you feel about the ride review of this 2019 Yamaha R3. So let's move on to the next segment.
Exhaust note. Guys, this bike sounds so sweet. And talking about the pricing, this bike came at a premium of around 4.25 lakhs, which is on-road pricing, guys, which is too high, I would say. And the competitions were Ninja 300, the KTM RC390 and the Duke 390. But the price of the counterparts were quite cheaper. Well, this is the one big reason this bike didn't make big success in the Indian market. Let me know in the comment section down below, what did you feel about the pricing that Yamaha put for this bike. Guys, talking about the pros and cons of this motorcycle, well, the first pro will be the engine. It's butter smooth, it's refined, the power delivery is so smooth. There is a reason this parallel twin motor made a huge success on international racing tracks. The second will be the ergonomics. It's not so sporty and aggressive. It won't give hard time to your palms or at your backs. It will give you a very smooth and a comfortable riding position. And the third pro will be the way it looks. Guys, do even have to say about the looks? It is just perfect. The proportion of the bike is just made perfectly. Well, coming to the cons, the first con would be the pricing. 4.25 lakhs on road for 300cc offering. Well, I don't think that would go well with Indian customers. The next is the braking. The braking could have been a little bit better. I feel the front brake bite, it leaves it lacky, and a bit of aftermarket brake pad would solve the issue. For example, an EBC brake pads. But if you're paying a price of 4.25 lakhs, I think the company should have solved your issue. Another big con for this bike is the tires. Well, the stock bike comes with a Meteor tires, which is a soft compound and does scrub up very fast. And a replacement tire is very expensive. Plus, it is not available from all the manufacturers. By the way, I missed one pro of this bike, which is the weight. With the weight of 174 kilos, it's so feather light. Like guys, when you're riding the bike, you don't feel the weight at all. According to my knowledge, this exact bike had done some long trips to Sikkim and all those places, and according to the owner's review, there was no problem at all. The bike did the trip in a perfect way. So big thumbs up to Yamaha in terms of ergonomics, in terms of the weight, in terms of the engine. And the pros are also too much. Well, in the next coming update of the BS6 model, which is still pending from Yamaha, if they can solve the issue about the pricing, the braking and the tires, I feel they have a winner on their hands. If you like the R3 and if you are interested in any R3 models right now, it's very disheartening to say that Yamaha has stopped this bike and the BS6 update is still not in the country and we have no idea when it's launching. So only option for you is to go for a pre-owned bike. And on that note, it's time to end the video. I will see you in some other videos, in some other bike reviews or technical reviews. Till then, as I always say, wear your helmets while riding, wear your seatbelts while driving, and never drink and drive. This is Prashant Banerjee. You're watching Automania, signing off. Ta-da!